First we need to prep the wire. See, I've got a loop there, but it's all kind of kinked. So I'm going to put it onto a stick. I'm going to put tension. I'm going to pull it back and forth just once or twice. What that does is it smooths it out, makes a nice super coil out of it. Now I can make the noose very easily just by threading it through the loop I already made. And there's the noose. You want to have a nice round loop, and it doesn't matter what the loop at the top looks like. This is just wrapped around a couple times. It could be even a simple overhead knot. It's important though that it's round. There's a rabbit trail, a snowshoe hare trail. Goes along here and it goes up through that little opening right up there, and that's a good squeeze point. We'll put our snare right there. In preparation for setting the snare, I've got a stick here, just a dead stick, about thumb size. It's called the drag stick. I'll be attaching the snare to that and then sticking that in exactly the right spot. As I'm working in here, I'm going to try very hard to not step directly on the rabbit trail. Try and be on the side. So I'm going to walk over onto the side and work from the side there. So now I've got my drag stick firmly placed into the snow and tangled in the bushes there. That's where we'll hang the snare from. So I've got my crossbar there, my drag log. I've got my nice loop. It's going to hang something like that. I have about 3 to 4 fingers off the ground. So here's the runway. They land here, they launch and go over there. I'm going to have it hanging about like this. So I'm going to tie this on here. I'm going to come around a couple of times. I really don't want this to come loose, so I'm going to twist it up pretty good. Nice and tight, because if it spins on here, it's no good. You can't have it spin. There we go. Twist this one more time. I don't want it to spin on here. All right, now I'm going to fix this. Come straight down. Make sure my loop is about 4 to 5 fingers wide, about like so. I'm going to adjust this a little bit because I want it perpendicular to the trail. It's a bit high there. I'm going to move my stick down a bit. Okay, there we go. Now that's about 4 to 5 and about 4 off the ground. I can maybe rotate this a bit more and make it a bit lower, about like so. Has to be a round circle and basically perpendicular to the trail. You got to fiddle with it sometimes to get it right. There we go. That's not so bad. Now I'm going to put up a little fence around it just by taking some sticks and making sure that the rabbit sees only the opening that I want them to go through. Like so, and like so. Now I can also put in what's called a chin lifter if I want, which can go across like so and like this. So you can see that now there's an opening for the rabbit. It's going to see that coming from a long ways away, and it'll target that opening. It'll go right through. The idea is that rabbit lands here, launches itself, its head goes through there, and what'll happen is it actually will tighten around the sides of its neck, and it'll cut off its carotid arteries. It'll pass out and expire very quickly. If you're going to set a snare, you have to be responsible. Check it daily, at least once, and never leave it up if you don't plan to catch something.